One of the biggest obstacles to providing for our retirement is that human beings tend to be very focused on the present. Given the choice between investing more money for the future and immediate gratification, we are hardwired to favour the latter. It's a phenomenon that psychologists call temporal discounting.
Temporal discounting, in effect, just refers to our normal tendency to just undervalue delayed rewards compared to whatever you get immediately. So, in tests and in real life, we find that most people would prefer a 10% pay rise today rather than 15 or 20% next year. What they want is the certainty of today's reward over the uncertainty of tomorrow's future gains. So we anchor to the current state when we're evaluating different options. So it's the here today, what tomorrow notion, which explains everything from investing to one night stands or gambling, just as much as the savings crisis or indeed the climate crisis.
Behavioural biases are deeply ingrained within us. Our brains have just evolved that way. But there are things you can do to counter these biases, and temporal discounting is no exception. Think, for instance, what your life will be like in retirement if you don't invest enough for it now.
If you tell someone who takes a sun holiday once a year and they change their car, say, every 5 years, that if they don't save enough for retirement, if they don't invest now for the future, that in the future state, they'll only be able to take a holiday every 3 years, and maybe they'll only be able to change their car every 10 years. Now, that really hits home, because suddenly you're thinking, well, no, I can't go on my holiday every year. It's only every 3 years, and the car every 10 years. What's your like that? Or even every 15 years. It depends, obviously, whatever income you're talking about. But when you visualise that future, bring it back to real consequences for today, what you're doing is you're shifting the temporal frame and making it easier for people to rethink about those decisions.
Of course, there is a balance to be struck between investing for the future and enjoying the present. Having a robust financial plan will help you to find that balance. Putting off thinking about it certainly won't. If you'd like to learn more about Manning & Company's investment philosophy, I can highly recommend this book by Mike Legassick, who's one of the directors. It's called Mind Over Markets. It explains how to make sensible investment decisions and, crucially, how to stop your emotions and behavioural biases jeopardising your future financial security. The book is free of jargon and uses stories and analogies anyone can relate to. Mind Over Markets is available on Amazon.